Welcome back to Secrets Behind the Stars. Today we're diving into a topic that has been stirring timelines, sparking debate threads, and tugging at the hearts of viewers who have followed every twist in their careers: the supposed separation of two of the most admired faces in Turkish television, Cenk and Mahassine Merabet. Yes, you heard that right. The pair whose electric on-screen rapport first set fandoms ablaze and later reawakened all those emotions in the acclaimed series The Intrigue are once again caught in a storm of whispers. Whenever they appear together, or even pass a camera separately on a red carpet, the world leans in. Eyes scan expressions, words are weighed, and even a single lingering look is treated like a riddle with only one perfect answer. Their link, whether strictly professional or, according to many, something more delicate, has taken on a life of its own. Because their audience is as passionate as it is vigilant, the tiniest detail tends to swell into a headline. That's why tonight, we're putting all the chatter under the microscope. What's rumor, what's inference, and what can we reasonably gather from their choices, their public statements, and those telling silences? No drama without context, no speculation without sources, and no conclusion without acknowledging the gaps. Those are our guiding lights here at Secrets Behind the Stars. And one thing's for sure, when Cenk and Mahassine share a project, the fandom's pulse races. That's not imagination, that's a cultural moment repeating itself, again and again. Before we really dig in, if you're discovering us for the first time and you love Turkish dramas, celebrity gossip, and nuanced analysis of your favorite stars' careers and public personas, you found your people. Hit subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars and switch on notifications so you never miss when we unpack the next headline. Your support truly fuels the hours of research, the rewatches, and the careful breakdowns. We appreciate every view, every comment, and every share. It all tells us these stories matter to you as much as they do to us. Now, the question that keeps circling: what's the truth behind the rumors of a breakup between Cenk and Mahassine Merabet? To be completely transparent from the start, neither Cenk nor Mahassine has issued any official statement confirming or denying a romantic relationship, ever. And without that, of course there can't be confirmation of a breakup. What we do have are patterns, periods of heightened speculation after joint projects, carefully measured public appearances, and a consistent choice to keep personal matters personal. That boundary is real. And because it's real, the blank space has been filled by interpretation. Let's rewind. Both of them stand tall on their own, with robust careers that don't lean on a shared narrative to stay captivating. Cenk, with that calm magnetism and depth he brings to every role, has pulled viewers into complex characters time and again. Mahassine, with her poise and the subtlety of her craft, has carved out a place as a performer whose presence lingers after the scene ends. Their first major success together, Forbidden Love, didn't just gather ratings. It created a feeling that their energy together somehow crossed the boundary between fiction and reality. When they reunited later for The Intrigue, the anticipation was immense. It was like watching a promise made years earlier finally kept, and that's when the whispers rose to a near roar. Fans did what fans always do when a pairing feels fated: they searched for clues. Posts on social media were scrutinized with detective-level focus. Captions were read as if they were poems full of coded declarations. A backstage selfie could spark 1,000 theories. Add a shared laugh during a press interview, a hand brushing past a shoulder during a behind-the-scenes featurette, and the narrative writes itself for those who want it to be true. For many, their connection felt like a love story playing tag between the set and the world beyond it. But it's crucial to remember what seasoned viewers and industry veterans know well: this business is an ecosystem of close collaborations. Deep friendships grow where long hours and shared stakes are the norm. On-screen chemistry doesn't appear out of thin air. It comes from craft, trust, and direction. And both Cenk and Mahassine Merabet are pros, deeply committed to their work, fiercely respectful of the art, and attentive to boundaries. They've always carried themselves with a kind of elegant discretion. That choice, while it nudges speculation to fill the silence, also signals discipline and care for the part of their lives that belongs to them alone. Over time, we've watched each of them move forward, professionally and personally, on their own tracks. New roles, new creative risks, and in Mahassine's case, causes that matter to her, the type of humanitarian outreach that speaks to values more than headlines. The absence of overt, public affection between them off the set has fed a certain interpretation. Some have decided that if something once existed, that chapter has closed. Others believe there was never a romantic chapter at all, only a rare bond, enduring friendship and real admiration. Both readings are possible. Both leave room for the very human truth that artists can share something meaningful without naming it for strangers. Media outlets, commentators, and armchair analysts have amplified those readings, turning them into weekly questions. We've all seen the spreads, Cenk and Mahassine, is it love, or the best friendship on TV, and, inside the mystery, Toran and Marabet's unbroken spell. But the fact remains, every feature is forced to include a disclaimer, no confirmation. That very absence fuels the machine. The mystery is oxygen for a story that refuses to breathe on its own. And until one of them decides to define the relationship in public, that oxygen won't run out. Here's what we can say without reservation: these two support each other. In joint interviews, they're generous with praise and precise with memory, recalling moments on set that reveal how closely they listen to one another as partners in a scene. Watch their body language when questions get too personal. You'll catch that subtle pivot, that gentle deflection, each protecting the other's comfort. It's not a performance, it's a pact. And for many fans, that pact is enough. It reminds them why they loved Forbidden Love and why the intrigue felt like a reunion not just of characters, but of collaborators who trust and protect what they build together. We also have to be honest about how fandom works. Sometimes we project what we want to see. The idea that two people with such charged on-screen chemistry might be a couple in real life is tantalizing, almost poetic. It makes every interview feel like a confession waiting to happen. It turns a shared glance into a love letter. Still, boundaries matter. The line between what's real and what's desired can blur quickly, especially in a media landscape designed to reward the blur. Respecting that line isn't less romantic, it's more generous. It allows the work to shine and the people inside it to breathe. So what do we mean by separation, and what is the truth of it? If by separation we mean a confirmed romantic breakup, there is simply no such announcement. None. If by separation we mean the natural divergence of their schedules and priorities after intense collaborations, then yes. Their paths have split and crossed like any two careers in a busy industry, sometimes near, sometimes far. There may have been moments that felt intimate to those nearby or those watching from afar. There may have been something real that was guarded fiercely and never displayed. Or perhaps intimacy best describes their professional rhythm, a closeness that never required the label others hoped to hear. What is beyond debate is their chemistry. It's the kind that doesn't fade with time, it settles in, grows more assured, and leaves audiences wishing for one more scene, one more project, one more chance to feel that spark. This is why, even after years, the rumors refuse to let go. The work they did together planted a memory in viewers' minds. Forbidden Love gave everyone the first taste of what they could be. The intrigue confirmed that lightning can strike twice. Audiences don't forget that. They don't forget how a look held half a second longer can feel like a lifetime. And so, every time a new image surfaces, or a reporter asks a pointed question, people wonder, does the spell live beyond the script? Could the magic slip past the call sheets and the lights and remain when the set is dark and quiet? It's a beautiful question, which is precisely why it survives. In the end, the truth about Cenk Toran and Mahassine Marabet's separation remains something of a mirror. Look into it, and you'll often see your own hopes reflecting back. There is no official breakup because there has never been an official romance to break. There is no definitive closure because there was no public opening. What we do have is a documented, undeniable synergy between two artists, a bond that seems to elevate everything they touch together. We have respect spoken aloud and consideration shown in small gestures. We have the simple reality that lives evolve in private, even for people who step into the light for a living. And if that feels unsatisfying, maybe that's because real life doesn't tidy itself up like a finale. That brings us to you. What do you believe is hiding between the lines? If anything? Do you think there was more than camaraderie in those off-screen smiles, or have we all been hypnotized by the craftsmanship of two performers at the top of their game? Share your thoughts below. We read every theory, every memory you bring up from forbidden love and every frame you parse from the intrigue. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give the video a like. It helps Secrets Behind the Stars reach more fans who care about these stories as much as you do. Send it to a friend who still replays their interviews and insists there's a story we haven't heard. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars so you don't miss what's next. Until the next episode, take care, and remember, some mysteries ask to be respected even as we retell them, again and again.